At 10 o'clock, thank you for tuning in. Matt Gibbs is in the studio from Sunrise Automotive and Crossroad Auto Sales, and both of those companies are companies I do business with. Sunrise, obviously, is the car repair shop where I've had my car repaired, and Crossroad Auto Sales is where I bought my Buick Rendezvous, which I'm very happy with, by the way. And Matt's here to answer your car questions. Good morning, Matt. How you doing?
I'm doing good, Larry. How are you?
It's Mardi Gras.
It is?
Fat Tuesday.
Today's Fat Tuesday?
Yeah.
I'm fat, and it's Tuesday, so yeah.
Are you going to give up anything for Lent? Do you do that?
Nah.
Do you do the Lent thing, though?
Nah. But I am giving up lots of stuff. I haven't had a Diet Coke, and yesterday I've had a half a Diet Coke. A half.
You don't want to be caught lying.
Yesterday was 3 weeks.
Half of one yesterday?
No, well, I had a half one in the last 3 weeks.
Oh, I see. And why are you giving up Diet Coke?
Just because it's not good for you.
Does that mean you're giving up all soda?
Yeah, I mean, that's the only soda I drink with Diet Coke.
Do you know the astronauts don't have carbonated sodas because the air bubbles can't rise in zero gravity, and therefore they get bloated if they drink it? They have to have uncarbonated soda.
Okay. I should have been in outer space.
But you're not giving it up because of the carbonation, right?
No.
Are you giving up sweet tea?
I don't drink.
Don't drink sweet tea.
I've never had a cup of coffee in my life.
So what is your beverage of choice?
Diet Coke. Now it's water.
Oh, just water.
Yeah.
Is it driving you nuts?
No, actually, I'm doing well with it. My wife's proud of me, so that's a good thing.
So you have an announcement?
Yes, I do.
What is your announcement?
My announcement is this Sunday coming up at Booster Stadium at 6 o'clock in the evening. There is a function happening. It's called Citywide.
Okay.
And it's for basically middle school students, high school students, and college students. There's going to be an event happening at Booster Stadium, and I'm personally inviting all middle school, high school, and college students to come and check this thing out.
And what is it?
It's put on by an organization called United, and United is it's an open. I guess the best way to describe it is like a fellowship for young people.
It's a Christian gathering? Or
Yes.
Not necessarily.
It is a Christian gathering. And a lot of the music that's going to be played is going to be played by local guys here in town.
Okay.
One of the guys that's going to be leading it is going to be Andrew, which you saw Andrew at Joey's Going Away party.
They were good.
Andrew's a very talented young man.
Okay.
And they're going to be leading worship, and we're expecting to have over 5,000 students at Booster Stadium Sunday night.
That's awesome. And you say we, who's the organizer?
Well, the organization
You're
United.
one of them. You're one of them.
I'm a volunteer. I was asked to help, and I find it a privilege and an honor to help. There's a lot of stuff that happens in Marion County. I know this isn't about cars, but it's still very important to me, and it's a passion of mine.
Sure.
Is young people. And
well, it explains the name of your businesses.
Well, exactly. And there's 41,000 students in middle school, high school in Marion County, and and I don't know if a lot of people understand this or not, but there is a suicide attempt one a week.
Oh my gosh!
In those students in Marion County.
That's horrible.
And to be able to reach some of these, there's a lot of hurting kids out there, and just to present hope to them.
Since you brought it up, I've often had this discussion with people who are atheists, and they tried to tell me that I'm not logical by believing in God. And I'm not trying to bring you down that rabbit hole, because I know you could probably defend your faith better than I can. But I say this, by believing in God, well, I don't have all the answers, but just by believing in God, it means that I have a reason to hope. And if I can get somebody else to have that hope too, then maybe they won't have a moment of despair where they kill themselves.
Right.
Or a moment of despair where they'll just give up on a marriage or anything that's really important to them,
And and to be honest with you, I quit defending God a long time ago, and I don't need to defend Him. he's quite capable of defending himself, and that's what makes the whole God thing an awesome thing is when He reveals Himself to you. Then it really doesn't matter what anybody says.
Did I ever tell you about? Gosh, this is briefly touching on automobiles because it's at a bus depot. But did I ever tell you that I was at a bus depot in Los Angeles, and I was heading back to Florida? And back in those days, if you put a quarter into this little TV, you could watch a little black and white TV while you're waiting for the bus.
Okay.
I mean, for a half hour. Okay, so I'm watching All in the Family, Archie Bunker, and a really, keep in mind I was 22. Okay. So a really pretty girl sat next to me. Matt, I'm telling you, it would have made a gay man happy. Okay. Anyway, so she said to me, "Would you come with me to the mountains?" And I said, "Why do you want me to go to the mountains?" She said, "Well, Jesus is there." And I said, "Are you sure?" And she said, "Well, if you come, you will meet him, and you will know for yourself." And I did my defense. Well, I got to get to Florida. I'm sorry. I said, I always heard Jesus is in my heart. Well, no, he's in the mountains outside Santa Monica. And I said, okay, well, but she was trying to get me to whatever, some cult, some guy probably pretending to be Jesus. You know how that it was. I don't know if they still do that anymore, but and that was my way of defending it. And then I'm throwing in buses and cars into this conversation somehow.
Okay.
Are you giving up anything for Lent? No, yeah, he asked you that. Okay, one real quick, because you're more of a Bible guy. Why did Jesus fast for 40 days? What was the 40 days of not eating about? It's a long time.
Is there a punchline to this?
No, I'm really asking you.
Well, it was a time.
Oh gosh, I wouldn't do a joke with that.
Well, you gotta ask. There was a few things that were going on during that time, and we can all interpret Scripture however we want to. But what it was an intimate time between a father and a son. Okay, between a relationship between a father and son.
Meaning God and Jesus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's God the Father,
right? Okay.
Jesus the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So, but also during that time of the temptations, the fast was the temptations, and that's where the devil actually tempted Jesus and tempted him to the point of, for him to come, because we got to remember that Jesus was a man, but he also was the Son of God, and the man Jesus was tempted by the devil himself, just like Eve was tempted by the devil in the garden. He was tempted in the same fashion. There was a temptation, and he had to get through that temptation. And and in the Scriptures, there's things that when we pray, that there are times, there are those instances where fasting is necessary. When the Scripture says these are the things that you fast and pray over. So these are things that are changing, that are life-changing things. These are things that are just not the normal, now I lay me down to sleep type of prayer. You know what I'm saying? Right. These are very intimate. This is that time that you have with the Father.
The fasting makes the prayer more powerful?
I wouldn't say more powerful. You are sacrificing.
Sorry.
You are setting yourself aside. You see what I'm saying? What's the one thing that keeps us from Him is us. Is our carnalness that we have, the flesh.
You have to eat.
So you're laying the flesh down and you're saying, okay, God, it's all about
That's
you.
That's the best answer I ever heard for that one. I think we might talk about cars on the other side. So let's do that. And it's up to Matt. It's Matt's show. We'll be right back. If you want to call in, 622-9622.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. On this Tuesday, partly sunny, very warm and humid with a stray shower along the coast to the high 81 at the coast, 87 inland. And patchy clouds Tuesday night, maybe some fog around late at night and into early Wednesday. Low 63 to 67. Later Wednesday, sunshine, some clouds, and very warm, high 82 in the coast to 88 well inland. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
If you or a loved one is suffering with knee, shoulder, neck or back pain, plantar fasciitis, peripheral neuropathy, and even tennis elbow, and would like to learn about how there are treatments that may benefit you, go to drjuanyordan.com, then listen in on the first and third Thursday at 10 a.m. and hear from health professionals doing these treatments and patients who have benefited from them. First and third Thursdays, 10 a.m. Next Generation MD, right here on The Source.
Beautiful Moments Party Rental presents the Ocala Wedding and Events Expo 2017 on March 9th. This event has caterers, photographers, florists, musicians, plus food, fun, and more. Brides, bring your bridesmaids and friends alike. 100% of ticket sales goes to the Inflammatory Breast Cancer Network Foundation, and they're only $10 each. So mark your calendars for March 9th from 5 to 8:30 p.m. for the Ocala Wedding and Events Expo at Beautiful Moments Party Rentals, 3400 Southwest 60th Avenue. Questions, call 307-8180. That's 307-8180.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
Now read Ocala Downtown Newspaper online.
1 in 26 individuals live with epilepsy. 400,000 of them live right here in Florida. Help spread awareness of epilepsy by attending the 2017 Epilepsy Foundation of Florida's Gainesville Walk the Talk event on Saturday, March 25th at the University of Florida. Register today at efof.org/walkthetalk.
All right, 18 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. You know, one of the funny things about our preconceived notions of other people is that you always think that somebody who works as a mechanic, must have a certain personality, or somebody who works as a priest must have a certain personality, to use what might be considered extremes, and it's usually not true. I remember there was a tire company on the boulevard that I used to go to. I feel like it was Corcoran or something. Oh my, I can't remember. But the guy who owned the place had a strict no cursing policy. And he was obviously a Christian man, and he had signs up there, no cursing customers or staff. Anybody couldn't curse at all. And so, I don't know, it's kind of one of the reasons maybe people go to Sunrise Automotive. They know they can feel comfortable. They know you go to your place. There's a big picture of Jesus holding up like a teenager.
Me.
A you, yeah, a version of you. You look good back in those days, by the way, except you look worn out. And anyway, so and here's the other connection with prayer and cars. Do you know, I really do. First of all, my car is my prayer place. I probably say more prayers in my car. Like this morning when I almost got a ticket. I thank God so much. But when my son first started driving, I was praying, oh, dear God, please keep him safe. And I do it every day, I think. All right, enough. We'll move on to cars or whatever you want to talk about. The phone line is open, 622-9622. Let me push a button and answer the phone. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Pastor Matt.
Morning.
Pastor Matt today.
Yes. To stay with the theme of the program today, I want to just say that I religiously keep my fluids in my car up to date and nice and clean. And now the question about my radiator fluid is I'm going to be changing the fluid in my wife's car. She's at around 65,000. I've got some antifreeze that it's. I have to know, is there a shelf life on antifreeze that's been around for maybe a couple of years? And I got two different brands. Can I mix that, and is that antifreeze still valid yet?
Yeah, the antifreeze should be fine, even though it's been sitting for a couple of years. As far as can you mix it, I don't know. I'd have to read and see what they are. You want to make sure that it's the same type of antifreeze. One's not Dexcool, one's not glucose. You want to make sure that what's in the one bottle is the same type of liquid that's in the other bottle. and if they are, then mix them up. But
now, like when we lived up north, it was always 50-50 because of zero weather in the winter. Is that same down here?
yeah, well, that's 50-50 just means it's not concentrated. It's been diluted. So 50-50 means it's half water and half coolant. So but as long as it's the same style of coolant, depending on cars, always check with the manufacturer. Always go back to your service manual. Give us a call and say, hey, what fluid is recommended for this car, for this year, for this make? It's very important. A lot of the cars today, Honda transmission fluid is Honda transmission fluid. Certain of the antifreezes, coolants, rear end fluids. Just make sure that what you're putting in the car is what's recommended to go in that car. And most of all the manufacturers, whether you go to AutoZone or Discount Auto, wherever you buy your parts from, those guys are pretty knowledgeable, and they can look up and find out exactly what product goes in your car and make sure that that's the product that you have. It's basically just using some common sense when it comes to stuff like that. We just did a transmission repair on a 2016 or 2017 Dodge pickup truck. That fluid is the transmission fluid for that truck is not available yet aftermarket.
Really?
We had to get it from the dealer.
Wow.
So it's very, very, it's just a good practice just to verify and make sure that you're putting the proper fluid in whatever it is that you're putting fluid in.
Now, for your windshield wiper fluid, do you need to add an additive to that water because of the water pump to keep it lubricated, or was that my thinking off on that?
Well, for washer fluid, this is the biggest thing. If you're going up north, you need to have something that's not going to freeze. If you're staying down here, even I know we're in the middle of winter. Okay, it doesn't feel much like winter at all.
In Flagstaff, Arizona, it's snowing.
It's snowing there, but it's not snowing here. Down here, what you want to do is you want to keep from just putting water in it. And let me tell you why. We get so many cars that come in and the washers don't work properly because algae will grow in their washer pump and plug up the nozzles and plug up the hoses, and we got to take everything apart and clean everything. And at least if you have washer fluid, which you can go to any of your parts house and buy concentrated. You can buy a little bottle, you put just an ounce of it into your washer fluid, fill the rest of it up with water, and it whatever it contains, the alcohol, bleach, whatever's in that product, at least it kills the algae from growing and clogging up your system. But
I've got a neighbor that puts vinegar in his washer water, and he swears it works.
Yes, absolutely. That would work fine. I buy it by the bulk, and it's concentrated, and I have a container, and I fill it up with water, and I put 3 pumps in the water, and it gives it the soapy, and it helps clean like love bugs during love bug season. It helps break down the love bug and clean them real good. So it's, if you brought your car in to Sunrise to have it serviced, if you need washer fluid, that's what I'm putting in. I just automatically do it.
Okay, thank you, and have a very religious day.
Thank you, brother.
Good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
Good morning, Matt. Calling. I've talked to several people that have relatively new cars or bought them new, and they were bringing them to the dealer. And for like a simple oil change, they're sitting there over 2 hours, and they made an appointment to boot.
Oh, my gosh.
So anyway, now they're taking their cars to individual, private shops like yours. And do you do that kind of maintenance where it would still stay within the warranty? I understand, because I asked, aren't you voiding the warranty when they're going back to the dealer? And they said no. But I'm just wondering how you feel about that. Maintaining a car according to the what's required under their warranties.
If you come to Sunrise Automotive right now at this moment in time and pulled into my parking lot and looked at my front door where everybody has to walk in the front door, the Florida statute is actually taped to the front door. A lot of people think that if they don't take their car to the dealer that they void their warranty. That is absolutely untrue. The Florida statute, the law is posted on the front door of my shop. If push come to shove, let's just say you had an engine failure while the car is under warranty, and the warranty company or the manufacturer says, we want to have, you need to show us that you change oil when you're supposed to change oil. Is all you have to do is prove to them, show them the receipts, and there's nothing that they can do. You will not void your warranty. One of the good things about us is that every time everybody comes in and has anything done, we have a record of it. I don't care if it's been for the last 3 years. If I can print a report to show everything that you've done to your car right then and right there. One of the other things that we do too is we report to auto care systems like Carfax. The little, we report to Auto Check. So every repair that we do, it's through my program every night. Those companies come in and take everything that we've done on everybody's car and applies it to their database. So in other words, if you bring your car into Sunrise and let's say you sell your car, you trade it in on another car and the other dealer's selling your trade-in. And if someone wants to run an auto check on that car and they put in the VIN number, every time that car has been serviced is going to show up on Carfax, on Auto Check, on those different types of programs. So, and we do that so that people can understand, this car has been serviced. So just know, if you have a new car still under factory warranty, you can have that car serviced anywhere you want to, as long as it's being serviced. If you have an extended warranty, and this happens a lot of times, if a customer has a transmission issue with a car, the extended warranty, the first question that they're going to ask me, if I'm the one working on it and I'm calling it in to start a claim on this particular transmission, the first question that's going to be asked me is, when was the car serviced? When was the transmission serviced? What's a invoice number? What was the mileage? What was the date? That's the first question. And if you say, I have never serviced the transmission and it's over its recommended transmission interval, the extended warranty company can automatically deny the claim right there right then. Wow. Because you haven't done your part.
Right. Well, anyway, thank you very much for that information. It's reassuring, I'll tell you, because I've had some issues with the car dealers in the past, and it's one of the major reasons why that Vibe of mine is at your shop when I need maintenance or repairs. I mean, I don't have that much mileage on it, about 76,000 now, so it should still be under like a 100,000 mile warranty or something.
If the manufacturer offered a 100,000 mile warranty on that particular car, then yes.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you very much, and have a happy Mardi Gras.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sonny.
Thank you. You somehow stimulated more phone calls, but we're just up against the clock, so we won't be able to take them. But in the meantime, you can call Matt at his garage. What is your number, Matt?
You can call me at 352-690-1993.
And your location, what's your address?
My address is 1800 Northwest 10th Street, which is Highway 27, right here in Ocala, Florida.
All right. Good show, Matt.
Thanks, sir.
We'll be right back.
Guys over at Sunrise Automotive will treat you right. Will treat you right.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. President Trump makes his first speech to a joint meeting of Congress tonight where he'll talk about progress on some campaign promises.
Take a look at what's going on with the stock market. Trillions of dollars of value have been created since I won the election. I mean, trillions.
The president, in an exclusive interview with Fox and Friends, also saying